So welcome back to Summoner 2, and now we're going to go to the secret area of the game, or one of the two anyway, to the Labyrinth of the Guardians, which we can now access by talking to this face. Yeah, sure thing, I'll go in. So this is the only area I'm not actually looking to use Torgus in, because he's not too useful. But I will start it off with him, because he has one of the best lines in the game.
The Labyrinth of Guardians.
The palace holds many secrets, Your Grace.
I find none of this surprising.
Look! There's a runestone beneath that crystal.
So there's 4 different areas you can go in, each relating to a different summon. For some reason this is the tree path rather than the sand path, despite it being yellow, and the sand path is green instead of the tree path. I don't know why they mixed up the colours like that, it was pretty stupid. So these areas are split into 3 each. The first one is always undead, so we're going to go in here and spam undeath, or spam destroy undead. This has a pretty high success rate of actually working, so this floor should go quite quickly. So basically put, this entire part of the game is all about cheesing the mechanics, otherwise you cannot win it. Especially for the third area of each one. Like the second one you can kind of do it by clutch, but the third one you really need to just know about spamming death. Is the only way to really get through it. Unless you were to incredibly overlevel yourself or something, which would be ridiculous to bother doing. So the enemies here give the best experience in the game, but you can't repeat these. These are one-time gauntlets. The enemies from the third area of each summon is by far the best. And then we fight the summon itself. So as you may be able to guess at this point, this is basically opened up once you're able to get all the summons in the game. I'm actually doing this before I've unlocked the very final one, which is level 3I, just because I wanted to actually clear this before going to Myrddin's Pass, because I like to do this as soon as I come out of the Realm of Twilight. Mainly because of this, you get incredibly good weaponry here, and armour. So this gives a level 20 protected to Warbazon, and also every enemy that he kills with this hammer will give him a soul. So we're actually going to leave here now, and also going to unequip a gear from Torgus, because we're no longer going to use him. Because I currently only have the one set of Supreme Armour because I'm cheap. Well, because I ran out of money after glitching the game for money. Like I said, you do run out of money in this game if you want to buy everything, no matter what you do. That looks good. So I'm going to go to each of the level 1 areas first, just to get weapons for each of the characters that I'm going to be using. Well, I'm not going to bother with the eye one yet, I'll save that for later. So right now you can equip good old Warbazon with the Supreme Cuirass. And give him this Soul Hammer. Also give one of these focus rings so that his concentration goes up, because he's going to be spamming spells, which is basically why I have him. Now then, with Maya, incredibly important at this point, I get level 10 summon. I have to have level 10 summon here to be able to complete this area. But with that said, of course, we're actually still not going to be able to activate that yet, because I do need to come back here later. But I'm going to put this all into one video, so it'll be fine. We only need to give her 8 concentration, because she'll get 2 concentration for free later on. And as for good old Warbazon, give him 1 more point of concentration, and then dump into Steelskin. Now then, let's go to the sand portal. Which again is green. Green should really be the tree, like it just makes the most sense, but for some reason they decided the other way around. I don't know if that was a mistake or intentional. I really don't know because it seems stupid. Now the enemies here, these ghosts are actually quite nasty because they keep spamming ice balls. And only Sangul is really immune to ice. Now Sangul getting a level up here is also going to be exceptionally useful for us. Because what we want her to do is to be spamming instant death as well, which is why we're also taking her. So basically we have 3 characters, 2 of them know necromancy and the other one is going to be able to spam instant death. All of which can just keep spamming death, and that is basically my tactics for how to clear this place. And I am probably going to need to save scum a bit, just because if I fail to do it I'm going to die. Because the third area of each one is incredibly unrelenting. And this one will just hit it for a bit. We could have done with having Taurus for this guy, because his physical damage is incredibly high, and this guy only really takes damage from physical, I think. So on that note, let's change Morbas on for a second. So the summons can go incredibly slowly. Like this guy is just going to take a while, and the blood summon can actually be impossible to kill if you don't bring someone like Morbazon along. Because just like our blood summon, it can heal every time it hits, and it's immune to fire as well as basically all physical damage. Like your physical damage isn't going to do enough to out heal it, or out damage its healing. But Morbazon can spam ice spells, which can kill it really quickly, so that's another reason I'm bringing him. And here we get the best weapon in the game for Sanguro, which is the Dagger of Death. It's basically the same as the Dagger of Pain, but it has a 20% chance of casting instant death on attack, which added to her poison, which can also deal instant death, is going to be incredibly useful. Let's also give her, don't know why I slided in the table, then I need it out so that it hides the sound of me using buttons. The Fireband, so that she has extra fire resist. And we're also going to go and give her her final point of poison. I don't know if I actually need to give her that or not, but I do need to give it to her because I want her to be using instant death. So now we're actually going to go and fully clear the red side, since that's going to be the most important, because that has gear for Maya in it. And the more gear Maya has, the better. So after I clear the ghosts, I'm going to start saving before going to each one, and then I'll probably just do post commentary if I do die, which is incredibly likely because these areas are kind of stupidly hard, for all the wrong reasons. Oh yeah, I need to change Morbazon back. I no longer want him as a melee, that would be stupid. Morbazon isn't actually that low level, he's only about 3 levels below us, so he isn't going to be too bad to bring along even though I haven't been using him. So I think he must start as the level that you are when you pick him up or something, and because we did the shrine, the White Lady Shrine quest early on, we were able to get like 3 or 4 more levels than we were supposed to have at that point. At least I'm guessing that anyway, he might just start off as level 12 or 13, whatever he was anyway. Okay. Show us what you do best, Warbazon. Yep, this clears them quickly. If I was to just attack them, as you see, they're all dealing like 21 and 51 damage, and we're like, Warbazon deals like 1,500 on this guy. You can just about kill this guy, like you can outdeal his damage, his healing. Outdamage his healing rather. But the second and third ones you just simply can't. You just can't do enough physical damage unless you have someone that has cold magic like this. So here we get Gifferent's Mace that gives level 10 protected and empowered to Maya, which is incredibly good. And also has incredibly high magic and strength as it is anyway. So that with an enchanted fire ring is going to be 90 magic. So let's equip her with that. Let's look at her magic skill. She's got 130 magic power. You know what, let's give her an enchant fire ring. Now she'll be able to deal 90 magic damage instead of 45 from that weapon. Okay, I accidentally don't have any left. I'll just have to cast a spell on her then. Anyway, Morbzon, you leveled up again, just dump those into Steel Skin. I'm going to start saving here just in case. These second parts aren't too bad, but Morbzon is going to get killed very quickly here because they all deal fire damage and he's incredibly weak to fire. So here is where we start spamming death on two characters at the same time. There we go, that worked. I'm just keep getting Morbzon out of here because, like I said, he's really weak to fire, and these guys do like a fire nova thing, which is really annoying. So, death has a really low chance of working, but since we have 3 characters doing it, the likelihood of getting it is going to be like triple what we would do if we were just using Maya. So that is basically my tactic, it's just hope that I get lucky. Oh, and he's dead. That was bound to happen since they all deal fire damage, and like I said, his fire resistance is incredibly low. He's actually probably going to die very quickly into the final section of here. Sadly, the AI doesn't think to cast death. When we do it anyway, the NPCs will, if they have the ability. So this is basically what's just going to happen here. We're just swapping right between these two all the time. And also, remember that we have over 100 health elixirs, and that is what we're going to use to stay alive. Or at least we're going to try to, and we will be able to until the final area of here, because the game pulls a real jerk move and doesn't allow you to actually use any items in the final areas. Which is why they're so hard, because you can't just like out item it, sort of thing. What I do is like a test of endurance type of thing. So this guy would be impossible for us to kill if we were just to take Maya, Sangul and Torgus. He just simply wouldn't die. I can't do enough damage to him at the moment. So I need someone who can cast ice spells. And here we get the Fury Gauntlets, which are kind of annoying to be honest. Because as you can see there, it has Strength Ward. But Strength Ward stops you from being able to also use the Empowerment ability, I believe. So I'll quickly test that. Let's see if he's still empowered. No, he's still empowered. Great, never mind. So this is when it's going to start getting hard, because this is when it really just comes down to being lucky. So, let's save, and let's hope we get lucky. If we don't, then it'll probably be post-commentary. Let's go. All items sealed, so annoying. Right, first off, Death Ward. You get Deadly Venom out. You can't start casting Death. So these living armors have the ability to cast Death on us. Luckily, as you can see there, Sangor is able to paralyze them. That is one strategy that can work here. And I'm just going to have to hope that the AI is going to paralyze. Also have to hope that Morbazon doesn't get one shot, which is an incredibly high likelihood of happening. So these enemies, as you can see there, get a load of experience. These are like the best things for experience in the entire game, hands down, no competition. Get up, Morbazon! Get up! Yep, that's what I was expecting to happen. Morbazon's down. These guys deal fire damage on attack. 15,000 experience. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay. But it's okay because we can revive him now. That went incredibly well. That was probably as good as I could have possibly had it. Like, Morbazon lasted a long time. I knew he was going to die. Those things could literally one-shot Morbazon. There was no way he was not dying. So I'm kind of surprised it lasted as long as it did. Right, so Morbazon is just going to cast Icicle. While you heal Sangor since she's tanking. So that went really well. That literally is the best possible third stage blood room I could have possibly had. I'm just gonna have to hope that I get that good luck on all the other ones, because this is really all about luck, because as you can tell, using death is incredibly luck based. You either get it to work or most likely you don't. And when you don't have items to heal yourself with, it can really get overwhelming very quickly. Right, so that's the blood floors done. And now we get the Anima Curious, or Cuirass rather, for Maya. So this has a chance of just healing her when she gets hit, a 10% chance of that, as well as being a great set of armor. So as you can see, like, everyone gets their own set of armor like this, so you don't actually need to buy any of the cuirasses in the game, or any of the supreme ones anyway, since they cost so much. But at the same time, you have to do stuff like this to get them, so, you know, it's better to try and avoid that. Okay, so we leveled up. Might put some points into fire. Yeah, explosion's a very good spell. People say not to take it, but I like it. Because it is true that Fire Arrow basically does all you need from fire magic, but screw it, I want that. Right, so Sanguro, I want her to have more nimble attack, because the faster she attacks, the faster she can attempt to get instant kills. And you just have more steel skin, mate. Put up your armor a bit. Yep, so this leads us out. So that was literally the perfect blood clearance. So next up we've got the others to go. I'm going to keep with this party still. Because instant death is going to be useful for everywhere, so we're going to keep to it. Now then, I definitely need to save after that, thinking about it. I don't want to risk going into the next area without saving. Okay, I suppose we'll do tree. Even though tree is going to get us stuff from orbs on, which isn't as important as Sanguro, but screw it, we're going to use them anyway. Time for the second stage of this. So this guy just has this Flaunt's ability, so he's just going to constantly hurt us every time we hit him. On that note, he's a tree, can I not just cast a firebolt at him? I think I can. I think that was worked. Yep, okay. Wait a second, we just learnt explosion. There we go, 485 damage. That's much better. I forgot to use these elixirs, I'll use them later. Because I forgot who I want to give each one to. Explosion does have quite a long cooldown, which is the only real drawback of it. But it is an incredibly powerful spell, so... Now, it'll waste too much time to keep going back to it. I'm just going to run around and wait for it to come off cooldown. Just changing to Fire Arrow and then changing back would just be annoying. So this guy's annoying for melee users because you can't really combo him. But, you know. We've got a Firecaster here, so it's fine. At least none of the others other than the Blood one does any of the annoying healing. It's only the Blood that does that. So all of these other ones can just be killed over time, but the Blood one is literally, if you don't have a DPS to do it, you're screwed. Okay, we get Discipline Gauntlets for Morbidon. That gives Mind Ward, so he can't be have his AP taken away, I think that means. Yes, great, we're actually getting very lucky with this. This is why I brought Morbidon along, because I needed to have this extra chance to kill them. Because just imagine doing this twice as long, which is what would happen if I didn't have Morbidon. And they just would kill me by that time. It's too much of a chance of it screwing up. Now then, I am going to start casting Explosion, which I'm going to end up running out of mana for because I forgot to heal it up like a fool. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, Morbidon, you just focus on healing people, okay? There we go. Later, mate. That took ages. Well, I'm pleased with how it's gone so far. Despite that being a really long fight, that did basically do what we wanted it to do, because I knew it would take ages. Now we get a Spirit Cuirass for Morbidon. Basically, things being annoying is the general theme of this floor. Like, it is possible to avoid their attack, but that means I have to wait for it to come, and I'd really prefer not to. We just have to hope that our two people casting Death can clear the floor fast enough so we don't have to worry about the poison for too long. Right, time for the second stage of Eye. I mean, for Sand. Or whatever. No, I think this one will just need some melee fighting, I guess. It's almost down. Oh, a small note, you probably can permanently miss the items they drop if you leave them before you pick them up, so I haven't tested it, but I just wouldn't recommend giving it a shot, you know, just make sure to pick it up. So this should be an upgrade for Sangaro. And I'm always a fan for upgrades for Sangaro, because she's awesome. Yep, resist fire plus 50. It's pretty decent. Yes, great. Yeah, that went really badly, but you know, it worked. Right, and now let's get back up Sangaro. With that one, we've just got to keep pounding away and hope that we get it killed. Like, we don't really have the time to revive people. Oh yeah, if you notice down there, I have lost Empowered on my weapon. I knew I would eventually because I have Strength Ward. So once that refreshed, it got rid of it. Which is very annoying to have Strength Ward and Empowered on ability, but I don't know why they did that. I'm pretty sure that they just screwed up and they didn't think that through. They were like, what should we give Maya to make her great? I know, let's give her Strength Ward so she can't be weakened. And then someone else went, let's give her Empowerment so she's better. Without realising that the whole point of Strength Ward is that it stops Empowerment from working. That really seems like, you know, they really screwed that up. They just didn't think it through. Let's enchant fire just so I deal more damage. Now let's keep pounding away on this dragon. The Sand Dragon is probably one of my favourite forms outside of a blood form. I like the base blood form, and the dragon form, and one more form that we get. Just it's a dragon, you know, and its wings are blades, so it's kind of silly. So after we kill this guy, I've only got one more ring to do, which will be the eye ring. I may as well do the first two, and then I'll pop in the final recording of the last one. I'm really happy that it's all gone fine so far. Except for the audio cutting out midway through recording, but you know, that's my stupid editing software trying to record stuff for you, it just doesn't work. It's rubbish. And kick him in the face. And we get our final item, which is Jihana's Cuirass. Poison Ward, which means I can't be poisoned after the only enemy's probably ever going to poison me in this game from this point on. Thanks, game. Thanks. Maybe you should have given that to me in another wing so I could have used it for this one. Just saying. I actually don't think there was a single... I think there may be one in the area after the next one we go to that can poison you. And that's like it. So... it's kind of pointless. No, we don't need to save for the first one. The first one will be fine. After the first one, we'll need to save. Right, let's get ready on Destroy Undead. Even though I is the energy one, for some reason they're throwing ice ghosts at us, who are now paralysing us. Great. Well, good job we have someone else who can destroy undead. And on that note, I forgot to put my people back to casters. Oh, this is bad. Right, good. At least one of them broke out. That would have been really annoying if I did die due to getting paralysed on all my characters then. After not saving, because I was like, no, I'll be fine, I don't need to save for this room. Oh, looks like I did. Oops. But dying to the ghost would have been incredibly humiliating. It's like the one area that you can't die in. Everything else you can. Sup, I. Do I have any cure spells? Yeah. Can I cure Ice Coffin? Yes, I can. Good. So I is incredibly weak to physical damage, and of course its attacks are golem based, which means that they cost HP to use, so the eye really isn't hard to kill. It basically kills itself. It's definitely the easiest of the summons to deal with. That's the first eye killed. And is it Yago? Oh no, wait, it's another one for Maya? Wait, what? Okay. Well, that's Githran's sword. Strength plus 95, so if I wanted to go for a pure, like a pure melee build with her, that would be incredibly powerful. But obviously she's better as a caster, so it's kind of pointless. All of a sudden you have to worry about just attacking with her at the moment. Oh, that was quick. That was incredibly quick. I thought there was still like 2 ways to go. Huh. Okay. I thought that was it casting death on me then. I was about to say I definitely didn't remember that, but it was just Sangrel's dagger doing it. Because even though it's a boss, it will still proc. It just has an absolute 0% chance of working because it's a boss. At least I think so anyway. I don't think it's like Final Fantasy V where level 5 Doom kills 1/3 of all the bosses. Yes, really. Because that's so stupid. That's one of my favourite things about that game. It is so broken. When you know how to break it, it's so broken, but if you don't know how to break it, then it's an incredibly hard game. Who knows, I might do one of those stupid charity ones of it in 1 year. But probably not. Because then I'll be on a timetable that I have to do it at certain points, and I don't like that type of thing. Right, well that's the eye killed. Titan Gauntlet's going to be equipped by Torgris. Ah, great. That's what I want. Okay, that went well, I guess. And here we are, the Scorpion Eye. I'd still like to get orbs on out. You know, would be nice. There we go. Now let's wail on. I'll put Sangor's proper equipment back on. Where's her enchant ice ring? There it is. I got 3 of them because every time you go back to the Hopper place, you have to fight that stupid boss again at the end of it. If you decide to go down the river. And obviously, since I forgot to pick something up from the Bibliopolis place, I had to go back several times. Wouldn't recommend screwing that up, to be honest. It's kind of annoying. Right, so that's it. That's all 4 rings done, which means we can now access the final summon of the game. Should be what you make as an expression to that. And now we get the Avenger cuirass. That's again armor for Torgus. I'm gonna go give him that after we're done. Well, we're done. Let's go pick up this summon and get out of here. Completed all 4 paths, but how do we move this crystal? And here's the final summon of the game.
The labyrinth now is complete. I am the 13th room, the final guardian. Prove your strength, and I am yours.
Sounds good. Yep, so we have to actually take this guy down in a fair fight. And by that I mean I'm going to spam explosion on him. So explosion does both the instant damage and this damage over time effect. Yep, so 2 cast, he's already half dead. This shouldn't take too long. If I prove my strength to you, I'm running around in circles and destroying you over time. Yep, I think it did. And now we can turn into the final summon of the game, which is sort of a big secret of the game. Well, that and obviously the Easter egg stuff. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I didn't want to leave it already. Sangoro! You should have seen that, it was great. And we received this Kanda, which can be given to Torgus. So this is one of the best weapons in the game, I suppose, but it's sort of more for tanking, I guess. It's probably the best tanking thing, but you know, I want his specific one, which he's going to get later in the game. We didn't get to pick up that gold he dropped, though.